This week on Fat Rides Garage, we just give you guys a bit of an update on where we're up to on the coupe. So stay tuned and hope you enjoy. G'day guys, welcome back to the channel. It's been a while since we put a video out, so I thought I'd better give you guys a bit of an update on where we're up to on the coupe and what's been happening. So those of you that watched the last episode would remember that we were trialling out the fitment of the mirrors, and we also showed you guys the door handles that we were going to use. Since then, Xavier's been pretty flat out whenever he's got time, because he's working on the cranes as well. Working on these door panels and getting them all sort of dialed in as far as where the mirror mounts the door. He's also folded the skin on this particular door handle, and as you can see, he's also been working away on this quarter panel, which was pretty badly dented up and out of shape. So yeah, he's just been doing a bit of hammer and file and dolly work and whatnot. Been using the Easy Beat on it, and even though it still has a fair way to go, it's way better than it was. If we have a look here, we've got the Aston Martin door handles which are now working, and we did actually originally fit the Mustang striker plate, but weren't very happy about the shape of it. See that little zigzag? So when it was on, it kind of looked like that. It was kind of up hard against that part of the pillar. So we sort of had to think about it. So, right, we need to find something else. And so, as you do, I went outside and had a look what other vehicles I had, and found that the Nissan Patrol had a very similar type latch. So the bolt holes are almost exactly the same distance apart, and as you can see, it's just has an even shape to it. So I actually just threw that on myself yesterday just to have a bit of a look at it. It hasn't actually been completely lined up yet, so hence it's I think it sticks a little bit when you open the door, but we'll get that sorted out. If you have a look inside here, I've just been working away on the rear floor pan, and this is an area that I have been avoiding for a long time just because it's so ugly. If you look over on the passenger side, you can see sort of what I was sort of dealing with, and it's tying in the the Mustang inner sill to the Falcon inner sill into the torque box, and then transferring into some sort of rear floor pan. So that's what I'm in the process of doing here on the passenger side. So it's coming together slowly. Let's see what else we were doing. The other thing that Xavier found was that with the sills, the way I had them, there was a little bit of there were a couple of little waves in it, so he just put a little bit of a split along the top edge, managed to move it in a couple of mil just to get it perfectly lined up with the door, which was great. We come over here and have a look in the boot. So what I've also been doing here is playing around with the idea of using struts for my boot hinges. So I've altered that part of the boot hinge there, sort of made it, I brought it up shorter, and then I filled in that end, and then you can also see where I've cut a slot in the back of the frame there, and then if you come around this side, it's only temporary tacked. It was a matter of playing around with a few different struts. It was really about the what is it, torque strength or something. So say for example, again, I went and rated the Nissan Patrol, and it had a set of struts that were roughly the right length, and it had 315 Newton meters. So I whacked them on, but they were just a bit stiff. So I found these ones on eBay, and they have 200 Newton meters, and they're maybe just a little bit soft. So I need to find something in between. So I'll probably look for something like 250, 300. Either that, or I'll go to something else. I mean, this is all just experimentation, just playing around, seeing what works, and and that. So at least now I know that, you know, if in the very least case we'll have a set of struts, but you know, if I want to get really fancy, maybe I can put some actuators in or something like that. But then if you do that, I guess you've got to work out, you know, your boot release. You don't want the actuator to actuate when you haven't when you haven't released the boot lock. So I don't know about all that sort of stuff, so we'll learn about it anyway. But these are kind of nice. I mean, way better than the springs. It operates quite nice. It's not going to spring up on its own. It'll come up a little bit, and then you just got to like gently just lift it the rest of the way. But it's real sweet to operate. What's the other thing I was going to say? So if any of you guys are interested in doing your own, I mean, you know, it's not rocket science. You're going to do a little bit of work, but those ones there that I've used, they're 450 millimeters long and they're 200 Newton meters, and they've got about, I probably shouldn't say it without checking, but I think about 180 millimeters of travel. But they're working okay, except for I wouldn't mind having just a little bit more pressure. So yeah, so that's coming along. As for the driver's side, sort of again, Xavier's just been working with the door. He hasn't really got to this door yet. That's just sort of sitting there loose. And what else have we been doing? Not a great deal. I've been a bit lazy, to be honest. Oh yeah, the other thing is we started on the Mustang here, so we can have a bit of a gawk at that. Yeah, it's not too much work. She's like total Swiss cheese, this thing. You'd have to be insane to think of even doing a project like this. So apparently I am, so it's all good. I'll be right. I'll keep going. But I pretty much decided that I need to get chassis rails. Yeah, you could make something, but a lot easier if you can just, you know, put something in that's made for the job. It's a matter of getting them from the States. That's the issue. There's all these supply issues at the moment, supply and logistics and all this sort of stuff. And so much of this stuff is actually out of stock in the States, like with Dynacorn and that. So we just got to sort of wait for them to catch up with things, and or, you know, find other manufacturers. So that's all as far as this one goes. I don't really want to take it apart any further until we sort out what we want to do with chassis rails. So we're going to leave the sills as they are. There's a couple of areas that need patching, but overall it's not worth taking them out. And the rest of the framework is reasonably intact. So rather than, you know, continue to strip it at this stage, I'm going to wait until we've actually got the chassis rails here and just do it bit by bit. So like take out one side, put it in, take out the other side, put it in, and then remove the firewall and then put the new firewall on. And same with the back. So she'll be on hold for a little while yet. So apart from that, there's not a great deal else to sort of report to you guys at the moment. We're sort of like out of that phase of, you know, where there's like a bunch of structural stuff going on or what have you, and that it's more of this sort of fine fiddly stuff, and which I really enjoy. The other thing that I don't know if we really got that, did we? I don't think we got that part there. So that's, as you can see, as you saw on this side when Hayden filmed the driver's side, you could see that Mustang inner sill all sort of like chopped away. So what I've done over there, I've sort of started filling it in, boxing it in, sort of, you know, getting things to sort of morph into the Falcon. There's still a fair bit to go, obviously, but one thing about it's going to have a ton of strength, that's for sure. So the only other thing I could update you guys on is the t-shirts. I've got a bunch of the Fat Fords t-shirt, sorry, not Fat Fords. Who the hell's Fat Fords? The Fat Rides Garage t-shirts, not the ones with the picture, but the ones here in this image. If you guys are interested, just go ahead and click on the link below in this video and grab yourselves a t-shirt. So apart from that, we're just going to keep on working, and we'll try to give you guys a few more updates as time goes on, and hopefully it won't be too long before the next one. So thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time.